What's up, guys? I hope you are safe and well. I hope things are honestly going well for you. This is a different kind of motivational video. I touched upon it in my live stream on Sunday. As you guys know, I go live every Sunday on Facebook, and it's come to my attention that although I've spoken about the coronavirus or COVID-19, however you want to call it, here and there, I haven't actually made an actual video about the virus itself, and I'm not intending to talk necessarily about the virus. Just here to talk a bit about the timeline. And I have noticed a lot of influencers on social media don't necessarily make videos about the virus and precautions that we should take, because these types of videos are not monetized. It means that if you talk about the virus in your video, you're not likely to get paid for the amount of views. But there's a time and a place for making money. I'm not about making money. I'm about talking about things that are real and hopefully giving out content that's helpful, not just music wise and not just standard motivation, but videos that can help us in everyday situations like what we're experiencing now, the pandemic. I 100% appreciate no matter where you are in the world, you're probably having a different experience as someone else in the world. Everybody's situation is absolutely different. Everyone's thoughts are different, and I'm not here to impose my thoughts, but just to give you guys some general advice from things that I have learned. So basically, as I mentioned in my live stream, the coronavirus is very real. There's so many conspiracy theories, which I'm not going to go into today. But as I've said, when this whole thing happened, in the UK, it was around mid-March that things started hotting up. I remember watching the news every day, and I don't think anyone has watched the news as much as they had during that period, because we all wanted to know what's going on. We wanted to know the updates. We want to know the infection rates, the death rates, the recovery rates, how quickly it's spreading globally. And I was watching the news every day, and I remember when I turned the TV on, I'm hearing about the amount of deaths, the amount of infections, what's going on in this country, that country, and it just all sounded like chaos. I'm hearing about panic buying, I'm hearing about stock being empty on the shelves, I'm hearing about all this stuff, and this happened for weeks and weeks and weeks. And as much as I wanted to know about the virus, you also need to keep going. You also need to carry on staying sane and just live, because sometimes when you focus on what's wrong, it can lead to a fragile state of mind, you know, your mental health and stuff like that. So when all this happened, I thought this is the time that I actually need to be making my music. Initially I thought, oh, well, your dreams are over. You've got to stay working in your pharmacy, and you know, there's no point chasing your dreams anymore. But then I thought, well, actually, we're in lockdown. People can't see their favourite bands, people can't watch their favourite teams, people are now turning on the TV or going on their social media or reading a paper or talking to a friend, and the subject is always coronavirus, 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 and it was very, very depressing. So I thought, make music, man, give people a reason to smile, take people's mind off that virus, even if it's for 3 minutes of a song. You've got to do your part in helping people stay sane right now. So I put a lot of emphasis on making videos, making content, going live every Sunday on Facebook, as well as working an awful lot, because as you guys know, I work in a pharmacy, so we were classed as key workers. We were trying to cope with the demand, and I was working a lot. I think I worked full time for the first couple of months, as well as doing the content, so a lot was going on. And I don't really talk too much about the virus. I would mention it here and there. But what's come to my attention over the last sort of week or so is that I feel that some of us are becoming very complacent. I'm not going to say I'm not guilty. Maybe for a small period of time I wasn't sanitizing my hands as much as I was at the beginning. But I do feel, and it's one of those things, it's like herd mentality. When the majority of people around you are becoming complacent, it kind of makes you complacent, even if you are someone who actually cares a lot. And you can see this when you look at teams. I'm a massive football fan, and I'm an Arsenal fan to be more specific, and I feel from watching what's happened now, our team became very complacent. We perhaps had too many players in that squad that weren't performing at the highest level, which meant even the highest performers also reduced levels. I've been in situations where I've worked in teams where generally I am a high performer. It's not me being big-headed. The results, I've got results and stuff to prove it. You know, I've been promoted in every job that I've had. I've always given 150%. But when the people around me are not giving 150% or even 100%, if they're giving 50%, it sometimes it drags me down from 150% to 75%. And for me, that's not good enough. I don't want to be at 75. I want to be at 150, which is why they say to surround yourself with the right people. But here we are during this pandemic, I'm talking specifically about the UK because I live in the UK, and it does seem that we have as a nation become very complacent. Where the government have been easing lockdown, I feel like we've almost gone back to how we were 6 months ago with a few limitations, and that's only going to make the infection spread more. I mean, it's not me just trying to reiterate what governments and world leaders are saying. It's a fact. If you think about it, they say this virus is spread particularly through breathing on one another, or breathing on surfaces, people touching not the bacteria, but the residue from breathing, and passing on to other people by touching your face and stuff like that. And that seems to be a fact. And another what seems to be a fact of that is the only way to stop yourself from getting that virus is by socially distancing. It's not, I don't think it's something that's necessarily been imposed to take away our rights. I think it logically makes sense that if you come into contact with someone with the virus, you're likely to get the virus. So by socially distancing, you're less likely to become affected. And I think as people, we need to act responsibly. Yes, the governments are saying we can go to pubs, we can do this, we can do that. And that's cool, man. I'm happy for people who enjoy going to pubs. But if you go to a pub, you still have to abide by the basic rules of social distancing and keeping your hands sanitized. And as people, I think we're almost forgetting that, and we're starting to be like normal. Hence, the infection rates are going up. So, guys, we need to take this seriously. Make sure you keep your hands clean. Wash your face as well, but wash your hands before you wash your face. Carry your hand sanitizers with you. Carry your face masks as well with you. Keep at least a couple on you. And again, if you don't want to abide by that, I'm not here to impose it, but it would seem sensible to at least social distance, you know, for now. And that leads into another thing that I hopefully can motivate you with, because obviously the coronavirus is one thing, but I've spoken about instant gratification, which is something that I feel over the years, as people, we've become far too used to. I see it in so many fields. I see instant gratification is one reason why depression goes up, because people want results now, and when they don't get the results now, they give up. Life's over, I can't do this, it's too much. But we have to exercise patience in anything we do. I mean, on my YouTube right now, I've got about 1,500 followers. I started this YouTube in October. I'm working with other people, but now I've got 1,500 followers. When I started, I thought it would take me maybe a couple of years to get there, but I've got there, and it's because I'm working hard. I'm continuing to make content. I'm trying to focus on the right things. And if I want 10,000 followers, it's going to take time. I don't look at the numbers, I just look at what I need to focus on now. I look at enjoying myself, about putting out the right content. And if I do that, over a period of time, eventually I'll get to 10,000. But it's not about the numbers, it's about doing the right thing and being consistent with it, being disciplined with it, and then the results will, of course, come. So, with this coronavirus, with COVID-19, you've got to think about the future by acting responsibly now. We are all responsible for our actions. Just because someone says you can do something, you have to think in your head, is that the right thing to do? Am I just listening to someone because they seem to be alright, so why don't I do it as well? And you know, it's the same. You don't have to necessarily listen to me, but I'm just saying, if we do the right thing now, we will have better results in the future. If you go out and you're mingling with groups and different people, you're only going to delay the time it takes to get out of this pandemic, because you want your instant gratification now. I mean, can you not wait a couple of months before you go out and start hugging people and socializing and doing what we used to do? Just a couple of months, man, maybe 2 or 3 months, and then we'll get out of this quicker. But if you can't wait 2 or 3 months and you need to do that now because you want to go and have fun now, or you want to do this now, you're only delaying the process for everybody. So we all need to be selfless right now and work with each other so we can actually get out of this virus. It's not just in one location, this is global. It's going to take a long time to get back to how things were. But instead of getting back to how things were, we need to create a new future, a better future, a future where we all care for each other, where money, as important as it is, isn't isn't seen as the one thing that keeps us going. We need to think about how we care for each other, the compassion we have for each other as human beings, what we can do to make this world a better place. In the last video I posted on a Monday, it's about adapting to change, and this is no different. The world has changed. The world that we lived in the beginning of 2020, the end of 2019, 2018, is not the same. Even if it wasn't for the virus, the world that they were living in the 1970s is not the same as the world we're living in now, because technology has come in, the way we think has come in. We've learned so many things, we've had to adapt, we've had to change. The coronavirus has affected every single person on this planet. It doesn't matter who you are, it's affected you, because the economy's changed, the travel has changed, everything has changed. But we need to adapt to that change, and we need to adapt quickly. If we don't adapt quickly, the change is just going to be negative. You know, we've got a chance to do something and do it now. You don't see me go out. I don't do things unless I absolutely have to. If I couldn't cut my own hair, of course I would go to a barber, but I've taught myself to cut my own hair. I've taught myself to cook my own meals. I'm trying to support my friend's local business by ordering a meal to take out. I don't order food, you know, because I'm trying to be a bit more money savvy, but I know that my friend might need help with his business because not many people are coming through the door. So I thought maybe if I'm going to treat myself once this month, I'll order something from Graffiti Harpenden, because he's a great guy, Neil, and I want to do what I can to support in the right way. So, you know, we've got one chance, guys. We've only got one chance. If we don't act responsibly now, this virus is going to take over our lives forever, and it will be even harder to adapt to any sort of change or even create a new future. So I hope this video has helped. Hopefully what I initially and actually want to do is motivate you guys to know that this is a problem that isn't going to last forever, so long as we as people act sensibly now. So I'm asking you guys, I'm begging you guys to think about things before you do them. Think about the repercussions, not just for yourself, but your friends, your family, the people you work with, the people you go home to. You know, my parents, if my parents were here, I would have to be extremely cautious, because I wouldn't want them to get the virus from me. I don't want any people that I meet when I'm at work to get a virus from me. So it's about being responsible. So guys, if you have any suggestions, comments, anything you want to say, any opinions, or anything that maybe I can learn from you, please drop it in the comments box below. And yeah, hopefully we'll get over this very soon. It's definitely at least gonna, I don't think we're gonna get over it this year, but if we all act together, if we all act smart, if we're all disciplined, then there is a possibility that we can. But what happens to our future, what happens to the future of our families, our friends, depends on what we do, what you do, what I do, what they do. We're all connected, so we might as well just use this opportunity to work together and get the best results. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. There will be another video next Monday. Every Monday there will be some sort of motivational video or life chat or something. Anything you want me to cover, drop it in the comments box below, as I said. Please feel free to like, share and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media, as there's bits and bobs everywhere. I'm looking to redistribute stuff as well. And of course, those who share the content and help me build my page will of course be getting free merchandise. Got face masks, got phone covers, got t-shirts and stuff that I'm looking at producing eventually, but need to get to a certain level. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Look after yourselves, stay safe, social distance, wash your hands, stay clean and look after each other. Much love.